Hello, welcome to my channel. Now that the winter is setting in, I want to make a lovely, hearty, spicy lamb curry recipe. This time we are using bhindi to give it a different taste. Now that bhindi is in season, you can get them. My ingredients are, I have 1 kilo of lamb meat, which I always like marinating. I marinate it with a teaspoon of chops and steak spice and a half a teaspoon of barbecue spice and 2 teaspoons of oyster sauce and mixed well. So that's my marinade. Here I have 300 grams of lovely fresh bhindi, which I'm going to show you all how to prepare. I've got 2 medium size of onions sliced. I am going to use 1/4 for the braise and the 3/4 to deep fry and garnish on top. For the cooking, I'm using 1/4 cup of oil, and for my bhindi and onions, I'm going to use separate quantity of oil to deep fry. And here for my masalas, I have 2 tablespoons of mixed masala, 1 teaspoon of hurdee, 1 teaspoon of dhania jeera powder, 1 teaspoon of garam masala, and 1 teaspoon of my mixed biryani spice, which I usually dry roast. And I've also got 1 teaspoon of pure chillie powder. I'm going to use 2 small tomatoes, which are cubed, a teaspoon of ginger garlic, a teaspoon of salt for taste, but we will taste along the way. And also in the braising, I've got a piece of cinnamon stick and 2 bay leaf, curry leaf and thyme. When I'm ready to garnish, I've got lovely dhania in my deep freeze. I'm going to start by showing you all how I cut my bhindi. This bhindi was rinsed out and dried with the kitchen towel. So this is how I'm going to prepare my bhindi. I'm going to cut the top and the end. And because this is a big one, I'll cut it this way in the center. And the smaller ones, I'll leave it whole. Why I'm cutting my bhindi in this way is my bhindi will stay whole after frying and it wouldn't melt away. I will finish prepping and I'll get back to you all. I've got my stove on moderate heat. I'm using a deep frying pan with half a cup of oil. Now that the oil is hot, I'm just going to start frying up my bhindi. So I will go 2 rounds. My bhindi is done for about 80%. I'm going to take this off and will allow it to cook completely when we add it to our curry. And now I'm going to fry out my next batch of bhindi. While this batch is frying, I'm going to get started by braising of my meat. For braising my curry, I've got a larger pot on medium heat. I'm just going to add in my 1/4 cup of oil to heat up slightly. To my heated oil, I'm going to use 1/4 of my onions. And the rest of the onions I am going to deep fry after the bhindi fried and use it to garnish. I'm going to allow my onions to fry till it's turning brown. My second batch of bhindi is fried. Just going to remove from the oil. It took about 6 minutes per batch to fry. To my hot oil, I'm also going to add in my onions to fry out golden brown. Once this onions is softened, I'm going to add a pinch of sugar so it will allow it to come into a beautiful golden brown color. You don't have to do this method side by side. You can usually fry out your bhindi and your onions and then start braising if it gets hectic for you. To my onions, which is frying out for the curry, I'm going to add in my cinnamon stick, my bay leaf, and also my curry leaf, and my thyme. Give this a nice mix and allow this to fry out. And I'm also keeping an eye on my onions that's frying for the garnish. I am ready to put in my ginger garlic. Firstly, I'm going to add in my meat to my oil and allow this meat to fry out thoroughly. I'll give this a stir and I will allow it to fry on low heat. My onions are just turning color, and here I have half a teaspoon of sugar. I'm going to add the sugar into the onions. So this will help the onions to brown up beautiful. 18 minutes has passed and now my onions is done. The sugar helped to make it nice and crispy. Twenty minutes has passed and you can see my meat is nice and fried up with all its liquids has dried up. Now I am ready to put in on my masalas. And also my salt. I'm going to allow this masalas to cook, giving the meat a nice stir. I will give this 2 minutes with the lid on. 2 minutes has passed. I'm also going to add in my tomatoes. Give this a nice mix. And I'll allow my tomatoes to cook out. To help my tomatoes to cook out and also to allow my meat to get a little soft, I'm adding in a cup of boiling water. And I'll also increase my heat and allow this to cook fully. 10 minutes has passed and my meat is nice and soft, and also the gravy has thickened and the salt is right. Let's see, the meat is nice and soft. Because I need a little gravy, so I'm going to throw in my fried bhindi. I'll give this another 2 minutes. And thereafter I am ready to garnish and serve. 2 minutes has passed. And now I am ready to garnish. I'm just going to throw in my onions. And then my dhania. I will allow this to simmer for a minute and then switch my stove off, and then I'm ready to serve. Here you go, your lovely mutton and bhindi curry served with some nice rice and salad on the side. This is a lovely hearty meal for the cold days to come. And this is a very good way to serve your bhindi in a non-vegetarian recipe. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you'll give this a try and enjoy.